Hello everyone, this is Johnny from Tech2 and today we're going over how to use the admin panel for your website. We want to make sure that we're logged into our admin account, and once we do that, you'll see the admin pop up next to the cart. And when you hover your cursor over admin, you'll see 4 pages pop up. We have products, orders, users, and sales. Let's begin with products. On this page are all the products that are coming from your backend system. We can search a product using the search bar. We would need to type in at least 3 characters. So if I type in SKI, you'll see Skittles, TGI Fridays potato skins, and Skinny Pop. Now you may be wondering why the potato skins appeared. That's because SKI is inside of the product name. Let's go back to the products page that we were originally on by hovering over admin and clicking products. Now as an admin, we have a few different options to change how a product looks on the site. So I'm going to take my cursor and hover over these vegetable chips snackers. And you'll see a few options pop up. We will want to hit quick edit. Now in here, you'll see all the product data that is coming from the backend, as well as some of the product data that our team manages. We will want to change the product title if necessary, any of the product categories, and the status is also something that we might change. And I'll go over all those now. So let's say maybe a size is wrong, or you'd want to change the size on a product. We can do that in the title here. So let's say these are 1 ounce. Product categories. We can select as many product categories as we want. Obviously, we're not going to select coffee since this is a chip. It's looking pretty good. Status. So let's say that a product on your site may be priced wrong and we need to take it off the site immediately. Changing the status from published to draft by using the drop-down menu will effectively wipe that product from all visibility on the site. So the only person that is seeing it is the admins. This product data down here, this comes from our system in the back end. So this happens automatically and it's best not to touch that area. Again, we only want to be touching the title, status, and product categories if necessary. The last thing I want to mention about the products page before we move on is the featured items. So if we were to go to the home page of your site, you may have feature items enabled on your site, meaning you can host up to 6 items at a time on the website. This is good for promotional items or items that maybe need to be pushed out of the warehouse or anything you'd want to show to your customers. If I go in here and take one of these items, kind bars, let's take those out of the feature items. Remember, we can only host up to 6. If I take that and put it inside our products tab, and search it up, you'll see a star here that's shaded in. If I were to remove this star, go back to my home page and refresh, you'll notice that the kind bar has disappeared from the featured items tab. So we use this star to enable an item back onto featured. There we go. Let's refresh again. And you'll see the kind bars back on the featured items tab. Great. Let's move on to the next tab, orders. This is where you'll be able to see your orders. Let's click on this one as it's the only order we have. You'll see that we have orders being imported. Now, since this is a generic integration, it's going to import with the same order number that was generated from the site. So this is a good way to see what the order ID is in whatever backend you have by going into this page and looking at the order notes. You'll also be able to see what items the person ordered, as well as the package size or any coupons that were applied. And you'll see the coupons down here at the bottom with the subtotal. Any fees or taxes would be applied on here as well. And over here is the customer information, such as the phone number, the point of sale, email address, and shipping location. All right, now it's time to move on to users. We can do a lot on these users page. If I were to hover my mouse over a user, very similar to how we did it with products, you'll see a few options pop up. We have send password reset, switch to, and send welcome email. Let's go over the switch to function first. So I'm going to click switch to, and I am now Colin Coffee Lover. It would be as if I typed in the username and password for this user, and I'm doing everything on their behalf. Let's create a shopping list for Colin. This way when he logs in, he's able to place his order instead of having to shop through the website. So right now I'm making a list for Colin. Create a new list, and I'll call this one cold drinks. I'm going to go ahead and keep on shopping for Colin. I'll add one more item. So I'm in the product, add to list, cold drinks, the one I just created. Now I can keep going and add more items, but we're instead going to delete this list and move on with our training. Delete list. Okay, now it's important to note that anything I do on Colin's account is going to be reflected when they log in. So it's important to make sure to erase our footsteps if we don't want them there. Anything that's added to the cart will stay there when Colin logs in. You'll also notice that, oh no, our admin panel is gone now. What we need to do is look for a link on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There we go. And it'll say switch back to and your name. Let's go ahead and click that link. And we have our admin panel back on our site. The last page to go over is sales. This page is where we could obtain some of our analytics from the site. Nothing is here because we only have one order on the site from March. So let's change our time range up here. I'm going to pick year to date and then click update. That will give me the order. We have some tabs here in performance. If you click on these three dots, you can toggle what is enabled and disabled. Let's say I don't want to see net sales and I'm more interested in order value. I can toggle net sales off and average order value on, and then click the three dots again to remove these display stats windows. On the bottom here we have leaderboards to see how certain things stack up. We can do top coupons or top customers as well. That completes our OCS admin training. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at support@techtosuccess.com. Thank you.